Hello, I've been muted in VMix because I'm dumb. Welcome to the Valorant Draft Circuit. Apologies for the silence. My name is Chill the Rose. Thank you for joining me tonight. I'm going to be solo casting at least the first map to bring you the Contender Semifinals between Snake Eyes and Decaf. Now, this will be a best of 3 series between the number 1 seeded Snake Eyes, who went 23, and 5 on the season. Absolutely insane scoreline. And Team Decaf, who went 17 and 11 on the season, also a very solid record, but they ended up in 4th place. So their reward for such is playing Snake Eyes in the first round. Now, the first map we'll be going into is Bind. Map 2 will be Icebox, and the decider, if we get that far, is Haven. This is an interesting map ban, some interesting points to touch on. One, Ascent was not picked, despite it being Snake Eyes' best map. They are 7-1 on it. They had the opportunity to pick it and chose not to. But they did. We will see Bind for map 1, which is the pick of Decaf, as we're getting an Agent Select, who will be starting on the defense. Snake Eyes had the side selection and wanted to go for the attack side first, so that is where they have gone. And just looking at some numbers on Bind, in 6 times of playing, the Snake Eyes have been deadly on Bind. They are 5-1. They have a 61.4% round win percentage. They've been pretty much untouchable on this map. However, their lone blemish was against this very team just a week ago, really, in our very last match day of the season. Decaf did take down the Snake Eyes on this very map in double overtime, 15-13. It was the lone win Decaf got in 2 series against this Snake Eyes team, who took the other 3 total maps. However, scores in the second time of meeting were a lot closer than the first time, so perhaps something to keep an eye out for Team Decaf, who, for their own side, are 2-1 in 3 times on Bind and have a 50.77% round win percentage, so just 1 round above 50%. Enough to get them the 2-1 record, of course, but nothing ridiculous. And we'll be getting into this map here. We can see, I didn't go over the compositions too much to talk about. Solo casting is hard, everyone. But we do see the Killjoy coming out from Aki. She'll be on that on the B site here as Decaf starts on defense. We also see a Phoenix pick. I kind of missed this, but AJ has opted for the Phoenix. We'll see what kind of impact he can have with that. Flex player going over to the Phoenix post buff. We saw one of these, I believe, in a Premier semifinal the other night as well. Getting some cross-tier play. Really, in this round, Snake Eye is taking control of Showers. They push back, has to defend from deep here. Decaf already getting pressed back on the site, but AJ does have the curveball if he wants to flash his way back in. Be 2 players here as Snake Eyes have taken up all the space. Both of the lanes towards A, but they're going to get smoked off, so they might have to choose to rotate. Head sitting here, captain for the team, has both guiding lights, but looks like will be left on the lurk. Might use those to try to draw some attention. It looks like he does want to go that direction at some point.
Blinded.
See if that freezes the rotations, or even if Snake Eyes have just actually elected to come back to this fight. It's going to be 4 out of short. Hakub will throw out the Leer. Push come through. First duel is going to be on the Soda Water. Haku will take it. That first pick could be huge here as the spike is going down. Heads will live. Barrier orb up, getting back into the spike's going to be difficult as Crate dueling onto Hubby will find the kill. Aki next. Life for both sides. Silent meanwhile has found AJ Thunderous. Crate the Great will find Aki as well. It's all on to Starbuckles. Back to the site. Gets swung by Heads, finds that.
Right between the eyes.
Finds Violet. Time very against her. 3 members alive.
Hold on your...
Actually goes for the reload as she taps, but we'll go down to Haku. So the Snake Eyes get their way onto the site. They get the spike down, and they're going to get their first round on the board as they take the very first pistol of the series. Another interesting pick is the Reyna here. You know, a lot of people and just general consensus is that Reyna maybe doesn't provide the most to the team in organized competitive play as opposed to disorganized actual but competitive queue. But Hakub trying to make it work here and did find the first pick, so proved to be valuable in that round. Also was able to heal back up off of it. Apologies, I'm getting a static noise from something. I don't know if it's external or internal. We're going to see Hakub getting pressure into showers, and again, it looks like a similar play for Snake Eyes. They just want to take control of short and of showers. AJ Thunderous will note the locations of a couple of members. That Lear should be sparking some information. Hubby, though, pop flashes around. Fortunately for Decaf, really, that utility didn't find a kill, and with them being on classics, kills are what they need to really get into the rounds. Snake Eyes have chosen to rotate. Sprinting back towards B, they're going to slow down. Aki will still be the only player on the site to receive right now. There is a 1-for-1, meanwhile, in short. Gun not recovered, though, for Decaf. And a lot of damage done to a couple of their players. Aki here has to defend the site. 1v2 at least right now. The first goes down to Starbuckles, and Crazy Great's also going to go down. Things suddenly going poorly here for the Snake Eyes. They can't get out of Hookah, can Silent. Hez will have a flash online shortly. Silent does just go diving out. Takes a couple of shots from the Classic, but been able to recover the Spectre. Will find one. Buckles, though, will find one. Will find both. She shuts down the push. It's the thrifty round for Decaf. And they pull one out of their hats with nothing really but the Classics there. Bit of a rushed push out of Snake Eyes. Just two jumping on the site together. No Lear, because the Reyna was down. No flashes of any kind from Heads, who was way behind, lurking towards A or trying to draw fire. Couldn't get cleanly out. Okuka couldn't get the spike down at all. Decaf will take the round and the economic advantage into the third round here. Guys look like with the worst guns, they just want to roll into the site here, and they're going to do so. We'll see if Buckles can turn herself around. She goes down, but Aki is found too, including one with the turret. She'll also get traded. Spike should be getting planted by the Snake Eyes. They do recover a couple of these weapons on site. Silent even has managed to pick up Phantom. Gonna swing to Hubby here. This duel could be important, and it is. Hubby goes down. Now things are getting worrying. Sodawada, though, does find Heads, and Hakub is low. Thunderous could find his kill. He goes down. It's going to be all on to Sodawada. Finds the first. Has to find a way into sight. That Poison Orb should buy the space. He jumps across. It is planted, though, towards Silent. Time is ticking. Soda has to at least get half here. We'll stick for that much. Silent's pushing forward, and Soda's going to swing out plenty of time here. I believe, yes, there will be. Cool, calm, and collected in the 1v2. Sodawada gets the clutch on 7 HP. And see, the second round for Decaf a little closer than you maybe expect, but it does work out. Our observer forgot to turn off his Valorant tracker. Oh, that's funny. Well, he's not getting any kills in this match. He's observing, but Tour de Force coming out for the offense. We're going back towards the A side of the map. AJ Thunderous here, waiting with the curveball in hand. That jump will pop the flash. Doesn't choose to peek off of it, though, maybe wisely. Nice hot hands as well is going to keep Hakub from jumping up onto the box. I think AJ Thunderous is taking an angle. Is there a fight that's going to happen up there? Smoke comes through, as will the wall. Little utility going to be broken, and they're going to push into this site. Hot Cocoa not clearing anything, though. It'll be a 1-for-1 trade. AJ Thunderous make that 2-for-1, find both. Coop's still waiting to try to get this Phoenix if he walks too far forward, but he hasn't yet. This is going to be a retake. Spike has gone down for the Snake Eyes. The Coop's going to choose to walk forward into AJ Thunderous and will find that pick. Makes it a 3v3 now. These two players playing a close crossfire. And they do hear the shot. Misses from the Tour de Force, but a Coop finds another. Dropping in, Aki will take down Hot Coco. In the back is Sodawada, who takes down a Coop. It's all on a Silent on 6 hit points. Got a free shot, but just missed. It's going to die to the Nano Swarm of Aki. Silent goes down. Not enough HP to work with. The defuse will come through. Decaf survived the first gun round, and they're going to be up 3-1 on their map pick. After that round, the Snake Eyes are going to be pretty rough on the economy. Silent with a ton of money because of the Tour de Force, of course, Chamber. But everybody else on the weaker weapons, we'll see a couple of Sheriffs, a Spectre. I think that was even a Ghost. Sodawada will play us some tunes.
Come on, let's go!
They want to go towards the B site. And actually, AJ Thunderous is about to push up from behind them with his run it back. He's going to find one. He's going to pop flash again. He'll find a second. Might even find a third. Doesn't. Create the Great will shut down the run it back before it can do too much damage. Or too much more damage. But two early picks from AJ Thunderous, making use of the run it back through the teleporter. Now things quickly on this save round, or eco round, already against Snake Eyes. It's going to be on to Silent here. You'd figure with the rifle to try to do some work on this B site. But just gets run over by Sodawada. It's just down to the last two heads. The captain pushing forward. As the Sheriff, shots going wide, will actually convert the kill, but Aki is there to trade her teammate. Create the Great now left alone, and is about to peek potentially into that turret. Chooses not to.
Toxin screen down.
Has to find a way to plant somehow, though. 1v4, there's 3 players around site. Starbuckle's gonna swing back, but it'll just be Aki. Take Crate's head off, and it'll be another nice round for the Decaf. They keep 4 alive here, keep the economy rolling, and they keep the advantage rolling in their favor as they are looking to have a strong defensive half so far on Bind.
I need a drop. Cheers. They're not gonna get an inch.
So the Snake Eyes recouping into a buy here will be going towards the B side. They got 4 towards long right now, and it's just the 2 players for the defense. Ooh, but the Viper Wall goes in. They're gonna push on out. Sodawada here to defend Elbow. Will look to lock this down. Finds the first, finds the second. Not Coco doesn't feel like this is a safe plant anymore. Soda will actually find that kill as well. That's on for 3 so far. Might even find the back of Crate the Great if he keeps pushing forward. Who's grabbed the spike, but it's in the Vipers. It's going to go down. That's 4 for Sodawada. Could find the 8. Starbuckles will take it anyway. I think Sodawada was shooting his teammate there a little bit, but huge 4K out of Soda, and this buy has evaporated in the hands of Snake Eyes. They are really struggling to find any impact here on Bind early.
Placing sentry.
Now Snake Eyes without money, with nothing really but pistols, might just try to storm through. Silent still had the money to actually buy a rifle in this round, as he's still operating on that chamber bankroll. Paying himself a huge bonus when he uses the Tour de Force, but it does look like Snake Eyes just want to force the plant close. They're going to get forced off by the Molly, though, from Starbuckle, so they have to slow down. Akub dueling on a Thunderous, though, is actually going to win that. Heals didn't even take damage actually, so still full health, but the rifle could be difficult to recover. Would be huge if they could get that. With the resurrection and a rifle, this round would be very, very possible for the Snake Eyes. Now though, Haku pushing out, gonna take the duel. Actually does grab the rifle. That Nanostorm isn't doing any damage. Going for the reload though, Aki could punish this and will. That's the rifle down. Meanwhile, the rest of the team of Snake Eyes are going to pour out of Hookah here shortly. It's all on a Soda Water to defend this. And Will should be known. We'll find one. Might even done a dink. Didn't. Heads with a huge headshot to trade. Viper's Pit comes through as well. Silas going to be brought back onto his feet. This is a difficult retake for the side of Decaf. Do have some things to work with. Do have two ultimates to work with. And the Orbital Strike. And the lockdown, we'll see if they try to get those in play. It does look like they want to get into the elbow position where the lockdown covers most of sight. Probably going to flash the corner for them, and they are going to get close here. Yeah, that is the lockdown in. Snake Eyes are going to be forced to push or run away. Hot Cocoa thinking about hiding in a corner. It does look like it's going to be a flee off of the site. Crate the Great goes down. There goes the Viper's Pit. One player is going to be detained, but time on this defuse is so short. Hubby's sticking it, but he's going to have to get it all the way. Can't do so. Aki, meanwhile, has found both players on long, and Silent will go down, but it is the round nonetheless for the Snake Eyes. Decaf do drop that one, but they take down everybody with them. Fortunately for the Snake Eyes, that wasn't a full investment, so they do have full money here, despite everybody going down. So perhaps a bit of a momentum swing in their favor by taking that round, but still a lot of work to do. Down 5-3 on this half, and they really struggled to have the impact they wanted.
Placing swarm grenade.
Again, did manage to convert that round. Still down 5-2. Still, you know, that round could have been a lot more dangerous. They caught an early pick that went their way. And also had the resurrection, which made it much easier. Had those two things not been true, that round, you know, it's not a repeatable round, as they say. With the necessities of using the ultimates and you know, some of the early duels that Decaf gave them. Sodawada gonna tank Trailblazer, and the hit is coming in through B. Thunderous, though, will find the first. That's going away. Sodawada, meanwhile, has peeked out and found a second. The curveball going to come in. Silas completely blind, but finds the kill anyway. That's absurd, but they'll take it. He's going to teleport away. Heads will find Hubby, but gets traded by Starbuckles. Silent left in the 1v3. Has to find something to do on site. Takes a ton of damage from the swarm grenades and the turret. Has to play in the open. Aki and her setup too strong. She'll close it out. The team ace even for Decaf is everyone chips in that round, and they get their 6th on the board, and this should put, yeah, this is Snake Eyes economy fully in shambles after that. They will have the Tour de Force, but that'll be their only real weapon, and this is actually going to prompt a timeout. Snake Eyes are really struggling to find impact. The one round they did win was off an early pick, but even still, it was a 4v5 at one point. They only narrowly converted it, mostly because the time was running low on the defuse, because they were managed to stall out with the Viper's Pit and with the barrier orb towards spawn. So they've had trouble repeating rounds. They've had trouble really taking the map control they need to execute. Remember, they won the pistol as well and then immediately lost the round after that. They're trying to push sites, but they're really just getting stagnated as soon as they push out. They're getting control of the map. They're getting control of like Hookah, Belong, Showers. But as soon as they've really been getting past that, it's been getting past that hurdle that has been the struggle for them getting onto site. A couple times they've gotten spiked down and just also gotten absolutely thwarted on the retakes. Decaf looks really good on this map so far. Again, it was their map pick, and I mean, we're seeing the reason why right now. His defensive side so far has been very, very impressive. Obviously, that's only one half of the game, but when you're up 6-2, potentially looking to add more here. Got a lot to work with. Again, this is a save round for the Snake Eyes, so that Tour de Force from Silent is their only real weapon. Otherwise, online will be, you know, pistols and a Spectre, maybe.
Flash!
Thunder is gonna toss the Pop Flash. No shots. Coop actually just has the full classic here. Put some damage from the turret, but we'll take it down. He's seems to just be bait towards the B site, but I don't think Decaf are buying it right now. So Snake Eyes, realizing that their attempt at bait has failed, are actually going to start going that direction as well. Trying to play more of a defaulty style here, but Decaf doesn't seem bothered by it. They've been playing deep on sites all match. It's been going in their favor. Up in hookah, that Nanostorm is going to completely shut them out from pushing any further, though, and that was a fair bit of damage as well. Haku already teleported out. Create the Great. You can see low health. We'll get healed up, presumably, by their Sage, but the time is starting to run low on Snake Eyes, and again, they don't really have a weapon here. They have to find somewhere to push. It does look like they just want to mad dash back to B, which actually is the correct play here with only one player being on site. They're going to hit the teleporter. That should signal to Snake Eyes what's happening. It's going to be on to Aki. You'll see what she can find. Coco, first phase goes down. Heads will drop in as well. No shots onto him, but could find Crate the Great. Just can't. Finally does take out Heads. The spike is going to get planted. Crate the Great needs to find something. Goes down to Sodawada. Hakub, though, will find one from the side of Hookah, but it's now all onto Silent. Only player that had a weapon in the Tour de Force, but just nothing going here. The spike's already being diffused. Actually did find the kill onto Hubby's diffuser, but after the spike had been diffused, Silent even lives the round with nothing. Thankfully, had some extra cash. Oh no, Spike actually went down, so that saved him.
That works.
From not getting any loss bonus. Otherwise, would have just been 1,000 credits taken into this round, but thankfully they got the spike down, so everything works out in the end. He lives through it, finding that pick, but a little too late. He needs so much work to do in that situation anyway. Decaf just completely locking sights down, and when they're not, the retakes have been great. I mean, in that case, Snake Eyes with the weaker weapons and so many down. On the gun round, though, and they really, it feels like they need to make this one count. 7-5 half could still be in the balance for them, and that would be really a decent place to be at. Soda peeks into somebody, he does. Smart enough to take the angle away, though. Snake Eyes, though, are going to take all the space afforded to them by that. They're going to get pushed in. Actually, the wall comes up. Heads will find Aki as she goes down. Sodawada kind of forced into the back. Psycho will find Heads looking the wrong direction. Thought he probably fled into main. One player jumping up onto the wall will go down as well, Coco. And so now it's a 4v3 in the retake. Haku sneaking around Silent finds Sodawada. Retake is already happening. Haku will find Starbuckles as well. I don't think they're aware of his position either. He's going to find the last two as well. A big 3K out of the arena. And that's what was needed for Snake Eyes to win around there. They took the space that was given to them, finally finding a hole in Decaf's passive defense. And when they exploded, the side of Decaf wasn't quite ready. They did manage to wrestle it back to a 3v3 retake, but Hakub with the nice play through elbow and just finds all three. Still, they'll have to see if that's a repeatable trend for the Snake Eyes. How many do they need on this attack half? Fine, you know, often considered defensive sided. Though their composition doesn't necessarily speak to it as much as Decaf's might. No Killjoy. But do have the Sage. They have some tools on the defensive side, but so how many can they get? How many would they need to have a successful half here? Silent going to completely take the head off to run it back. And there are two players for the Snake Eyes over towards this A site, but the bulk of the force and the spike is towards B right now. Gonna grab the orb. They might try to teleport away. Head's considering popping the Seekers. It really looks like Snake Eyes want to come back to A. All three players are standing just outside the teleport, and there it is. That's going to prompt the Seekers to come in as well. Decaf, though, I think is reading into this. Yeah, that is the Viper's Pit online before the hit has come through. Head's going to throw the flash, but it won't find anything. It's all on to Sodawada. To defend the site, will take down the first onto Hakubu and take down a second. Finally gets traded out. Spike does get planted. Silent also has control of elbow, but it's 4v2 on the retake. Coco really low. It's going to be another 1-for-1. It's all on to Silent. 1v3. Can he pull this off? Forced out of U-Haul. Has to spray away. Can't find the pick even onto Hubby. Aki will be the one to take his head off. Fuses be given over to the KO, and it'll be the 8th on the board for Decaf as they are having themselves a great first half.
Last round in the half.
Huge response out of Decaf. Fantastic use of the Viper's Pit there to really stall for time. Bold play by the Snake Eyes to plant inside of it despite it, and a good play, but Sodawada patrolling the backside of the Viper's Pit finds 15 and 5 right now on a tear. So is Aki. She's 14 and 4. Have both players really, they've been the site anchors. They've swapped around a little bit, but their sites have been no fly zones for the Snake Eyes, and on this last run of the half, they're going to see what they can do to get themselves an 8-4 half, a 4-8 half at least. Get onto the defense with a fighting chance. Coob will be playing contact again. And actually, I heard a lot of shots towards that 0-point Thunderous, unfortunately, throwing the Phoenix Wall directly into the wall, so it won't actually go anywhere. It does throw out the hot hands, though. That will stall the push. Decaf aren't aware that quite that there are 5 there, but they do have the lockdown and the null command when the retake might come. Snake Eyes have just paused. They've cut noise. They're trying to bait Decaf into making a move, but Decaf are totally fine with sitting where they are. Not a soul on the server has moved more than 5 feet in the past 40 seconds, it feels like. Everybody just waiting. Akub is holding this aggressive angle. We'll see if AJ Thunderous wants to peek it. He's getting close, but doesn't commit. That's going to prompt a hit, though, from Snake Eyes as the time comes that they want to hit. Thunderous finds the first pick. Sodawada will take off Hakub's head as well. It'll be traded out eventually, and it does get 2 picks back in the favor of Snake Eyes, but they're still down, and they still can't get the spike down. It's going to be traded out as well. Great the Great goes down. Starbuckle's aware of head's position. It is the 9-3 half for Decaf as they are looking extremely good on their map pick so far. Snake Eyes really couldn't find anything. The couple of rounds they found, the couple of gun rounds they found were unrepeatable, and it was a bit of a struggle. It took a hero play out of Akub as well as that huge delay that they had in the other round. They did win the pistol as well. They're going to need to do in this half, you'd figure, to keep things going in their favor, or keep things even alive in their favor. Probably would force if they were to lose it. They definitely need to win that force should it come to pass, but for now they have to focus on taking this round. Defensive setup. They do have the double Sentinel comp. I was saying they didn't have a lot of tools on defense, but Chamber a threat, especially if you get the Operator in his hands, and the Sage can stall a push. Bind is the kind of map where that can be extremely effective, especially if the team coordination from Decaf on their backside isn't perfect. Orb will be taken for free on B-Long. Silent going to be the point of contact onto Hubby here, who's walking up alone, a little disjointed from the team. Close, but catches Silent staring at the wall. Does manage to get that pick. The one way from Crate the Great will stop the push for now. And a rotator is coming. Meanwhile, Heads is getting Adventurous on long and might just catch some bad information passing AJ Thunderous in the night, but AJ Thunderous also getting some bad information as they've passed each other. Decaf goes back towards B. This could get difficult. And Hakub has found Aki. That drops the spike. Oh, this is so dangerous. Do they go back into Heads? Thunderous is saying, hey guys, I have the site. If they try to take the teleporter, they're safe, but oh no, Starbucks is running through spawn. Heads is playing this so safe, hiding, tucking. Is
30 seconds left.
Is he waiting too long, though? He's waited too long. He's let them pass. So they're going to be able to get onto the B site for free, it looks like. AJ Thunder is holding deep into spawn, is going to throw the hot hands. Will he expect somebody close? He can hear Hakub's footsteps. Hakub is fully blind, and Hakub is dead. And now Heads might actually get timing to himself. Should hear the footsteps of Sodawada behind him. Will turns around. That is a free kill, so that equalizes the numbers. And actually, then more than equals the numbers. Crate the Great's going to find one. Crate the Great's going to find two. This round now very favorable for Decaf. It's all onto Hubby. 16 HP in a dream. L7 Heads will take his head off. It'll be the defuse coming through, so that pistol that was needed has come through for the Snake Eyes. It's 4-9 now, hopefully looking to make it 5. Still a comeback to be wrought. Sneaky play of Heads pays off, as does Crate the Great's Ghost. And they give themselves a lifeline. superior weapons. Snake Eyes will look to convert this round. They couldn't manage it in the first half. Decaf outplayed them and outgunned them, even with the classics, outshot them. They'll hope to do the same, and for the Snake Eyes, of course, anything but is their preference. Dropping this round would surely be backbreaking on this map. Again, this is just the first map. This is a best of 3. Snake Eyes have plenty of good maps ahead of them. Heads patrolling. Should actually find Aki peeking and we'll just take him down, or her down rather. So Aki is down. She's been extremely hot, but nothing but a classic to work with. She loses the long-range duel, so it's going to be onto this great push out of short, but they do find Hakub overextending a little bit. They might even be able to plant. Silas just shot every bullet in his headhunter into the air. Collected on absolutely nothing. Now has nothing but the classic to work with. They still do have numbers, though, due Decaf. Or not Decaf, due to Snake Eyes. Decaf has recovered a weapon. Silent will take down Starbuckles. Spike. This timing is so unfortunate for Thunderous. Sodawada will go down. In the end, it looked a little nervous. That lineup also missed. It looked a little nervous for the Snake Eyes for just a second there. They handle the retake well, and they get their 5th on the board, and again, continue to give themselves that fighting chance by keeping 4 alive. They have a decent bonus here around that they can convert realistically if they can find the shots with the Spectres. Silent will toss over a Ghost. So it's going to be 1 Marshal, 3 Spectres, and a Ghost in the hands of a Hakub, as well as the Headhunter, if Silent elects to pull it out, who has been top fragging along with Hakub for the team.
A gift. In we go.
Sodawada and Aki, again, had those huge defensive sides. They were absolutely shutting down any push onto their sites. They were just the anchoriest of site anchors. Decaf want to hit long. You might hear heads jumping around. They hear the tap for sure. Aki wants to take the fight. She takes a lot of damage for it, but does win it. No heals available. They want to get onto site. Coco going to be the lone defender at this point. Will be just completely pushed off. There are 2 players, though, trying to fast flank from B. We'll see how that plays out. Spike, though, should be going down here by Sodawada. And Starbuckles, actually, she's turned around and found one. Create the Great, now the only flanker. Aki and Starbuckles looking for him. He'll just get around the corner. No, get peeked by Starbuckles. Will find her, but gets traded 1 for 1. Silent, though, catches Hubby trying to throw the pop flash. Soda also finds Coco, though. It's going to be all onto Silent with the Spectre, with the Headhunter. Still a lot. The pop flash off of Thunderous isn't perfect, or not even perfect, doesn't even find him, but had the angle held. With a superior weapon, will take him down. It'll be the 10th on the board for Decaf. They win, or rather, Snake Eyes really just do not convert the bonus. Decaf win the expected round. Now Snake Eyes looking more and more like they have to be perfect here. They're down 5. They have to win 7 of the last 9, at least, to stay in this map, to take this map. Not undoable, though, by any means. Of course, it's never over until your opponent has at least 13. Bearing not overtime, of course. And we see this wall from Coco at the start of each round. Create the Great also. Throwing out the Viper's Pit, that would slow any push coming that direction. It does look like Decaf are considering it, but now have to back away, including their Showers control as well.
Joke's over! You're dead!
They're just throwing it back, actually. Thunder is just going to charge into the Viper's Pit, looking for the Viper, looking for the Snake, flashes himself, clears most of the pit, doesn't find Create the Great, who's going to be able to walk back into the pit just narrowly, save it from going down. Fortunately for Decaf, that ultimate has provided really no value. However, if Create the Great gets 1 for 1 traded, or even just goes straight down here, the defense is pretty thin behind him. Okay, now the rotates are coming through. Jay Thunder is tanking the decay right now.
30 seconds left.
Create the Great, tucking into any angle. It's just slow rotations. Hakub, though, wants to go getting adventurous, wants to find a pick. Might just get into this off angle. Are Decaf gonna think about it? Sodawada runs across. Hakuba's let the first cross. Can he find the shots on anyone else? Aki almost looked like she wanted to check it. Shots are wide though for Hakub. He can't find them, but there's only 10 seconds left. The spike has to go down, and it has to go down now. They're trying to force the plant. There's no way this can get into the ground, is there? Somehow it gets planted. Decaf, though, has to come back into the site. They're so far away. Trades are going everywhere. It's down to a 1v1. Heads and Thunderous. Spike was planted just in the 11th hour. Seeker's gonna come through. The flash as well by Heads. The swing finds the tap. Does Heads. The round goes the way of the Snake Eyes. As Heads, I believe, in the 1v2 there that didn't last very long. Pulls the round out. And another needed one for the Snake Eyes. They're starting to close this advantage a little bit. 3 of the 4 so far this half. Are Decaf going to fall victim to the same issue Snake Eyes are having, which is can't attack on bind? Common issue. I see it in my ranked games a lot. It is a difficult map to solve sometimes. In that case, Decaf, their biggest enemy was time. I am baffled that spike went down. I really thought the round should have just been over by then. The fact that they even had a chance to win that was absurd. And then the trades all came through in a cluster. Decaf didn't even temporarily have the man advantage. But in this round, falling back on the Classics and Spectres, looks like they can here. Coco dropping off the wall. Don't seem confident that it's actually abandoned, however. They do seem to want to aggress towards it, though. Being very cautious that there might be someone on top of it. Head's going to throw out the Trailblazer Creed. Meanwhile, Snake Eyes have full control of A right now. Hakub has pushed all the way out of Showers, is now clearing short, which 2 players are already holding. You should be fully aware that it's clear. Heads could have taken the fight, chooses not to. Backs up onto the pallet.
Suppressing.
0 point will come through. Head's actually getting a little trolled by his own team's Viper Wall. And with Hakub's lurk, Snake Eyes are very confident that Decaf is here, and they are. Thunderous is well taking damage on the entry. Sodawada just sprinting out on the site, trying to get the spike down. No command comes through, disables Silent at just the right moment. While he was trying to swing with the Tour de Force.
Spike planted.
Suppression comes in huge, but they still have to navigate Hakub's flank. Even with spike down, they still have worse weapons as well. Hakub should be able to find one. Coco as well finds one. Oh, Hakub gets timing by Hubby. It's down to a 2v2. It's down to a 2v1 for the side of Decaf. And Crate the Great takes the 1v1 with AJ Thunderous and finds the kill. It is the round converted for Decaf. Sodawada is fearless to get the spike down on B. Absolutely not afraid of anything. Oh my goodness. He just keeps running out with his Viper Wall and nothing else to protect him, and I guess it's working. Second round in a row, we've seen it. The first time it was more needed than that one with the time crunch, but pulled off all the same.
Let me show you how the boss does it.
Now it's 11 up for Decaf and Snake Eyes. They don't want to give up 12. They've forced their way into this round. Only 2 rifles to work with, a couple of Spectres, and even a Bucky and no armor, I think, was coming out. Hakub getting aggressive again, gonna get himself into the off angle. Silent pushing towards Thunderous. A much better angle, and Thunderous has it. Silent as well, or Hakub as well, rather, gets caught by Aki. Heads has to be able to find multiple here, and this just isn't the weapon to do it anymore. The Bucky's not what it once was. He's actually gonna get cleared, gets the shot off, but it's only damage onto Aki as she'll take him down. Continues her dominance on the map. Soda gonna get the spike down. It's a 2v5 retake with Spectres and I think light armor. Insane amount of work
One enemy remaining
for the Snake Eyes, and that's only 1 kill. It's a Great now has to 1v4. I think they're line up. Does find the angle on Hubby. Finds the gun poking out, but still 3 to find. Collects the Phantom. Suspects the lineup play. We'll push into Starbuckles and we'll find her.
Joke's over. You're dead.
The first Molly's coming. Thunderous is even going to invest to run it back. Maybe not needed. Maybe a little too much, but Decaf win the round nonetheless. Get themselves onto 12. Hard to complain when you're up 12-6 at this point when your opponent's economy is just in shambles. Silent doesn't even have the Tour de Force available. That went down a couple of rounds ago. It's one full rifle in Head's hands, and he doesn't even have full armor. Crate the Great will be on the Bulldog. Heads actually might be opting for a different weapon here, but very, very minimal buy here. Heads will stop for the Ares. They're going to have to make this work. They want to continue in this map and not go down 1-0 in this series. The number 1 seed getting pressed already. In this first map, Aki and Heads just caught sight of each other, but no shots exchanged. Silent is in the teleporter, looking like he's waiting, opens the door. They should now be aware, Decaf, that there is still a player in there. Silent's still just waiting for a timing. And he tries to take it. There'll just be some damage as he will rendezvous away. Not nothing, but still so much to do. He's actually going to get back into the teleporter is Silent, but Decaf, I think they want to go back towards A, and this could be a huge bait for Silent if he ends up taking the rendezvous out. First point of contact will be Hakubo, who's had a bit of a rough go in these early trades. We'll need to find one here. Flash of Voidus finds the first on AJ Thunderous. I'm just going to choose to teleport out. Silent now the point of contact is sitting in a smoke, though. Hubby flashing himself, flashing everyone, walking through the Nano Swarm will get shot in the back by Silent, who's managing to take control of U-Haul. Is going to get mollied off, double mollied off. So the spike will go down from Sodawada. The lockdown will even come in from Aki to buy some space, buy some time. On the quick flank, has the Empress activated, but shut down by Aki. Crate the Great to try to swing next. Goes down to Sodawada, though. Hakub still has control, or not Hakub, rather. Silent still has control of U-Haul. Walking out. Aki, though, finds line of sight. Silent gets rezzed up, but Sodawada finds one as well, playing around the Poison Orb. Just the last two alive. Silent, or Sodawada going for a really unfortunately timed reload, but now the Great cap gonna get shot, going to go down to the orbital strike. Hot Cocoa completely out of time. This will be map 1 of Bind, going in the favor of Decaf. Starbuck will take the last head. It's 13-6, and Decaf start the series off with the win on their map pick. So Snake Eyes, the team that dominated the whole season, 23-5, take a map loss here, and it is the map they've lost to this team before. It was a lot closer last time, though. Decaf seems to have been fully prepared for this map. But still, they have to win at least one more, or they have to win one more to take the series, and Snake Eyes still have their shot here. That, again, was the map pick of their opponents. So the Snake Eyes look to go to Icebox, their map pick, and see what kind of impact they can have. But before we get into an Icebox, we are going to throw to a break. We're going to swap around some things. I think I'm going to get a co-caster, so I'm not just talking to myself. And we'll be back for map 2 and potentially map 3, but all that on the other side of the break.
Told me I'm your anchor, I told you you're my pole. Through the wind and fire we try to hold on. We built this ship together, searching for a home. Despite the storm that hit us, we're still on board. Dancing in the moonlight, the world just stopped and stares. We got no destination, I'll take you anywhere. All the doors we've opened and all the books we've closed. Words just come together, story that we never told. So far you're shaking for my own. You said just keep holding on. If you're about to break, I'll always be your captain. From our failure I'll be your captain. I'll always be your captain. I'll always be your captain. You told me I'm your anchor. I told you you're my pole. Through the wind and fire, we tried. Hold on. All the doors we've opened and all the books we've closed. Words that come together, a story that we never told. So for your sake and for my own, you said just keep holding on. If you're about to break, I'll always be your captain. From our failures we have grown. You said just keep holding on. If you're about to break, I'll always be your captain. Be your captain. The train's passing by.
And we're back. Well, I'm back. Nadesy is new, actually. Well, not, but is, because he was observing, and now he's casting with me because I wanted to not be alone. So, Nadesy, from your observer perspective, what do you think about the first map?
That was a rough one. They needed to build a strong attack half, and they pretty much lost all momentum right after winning the pistol, and it just snowballed from there. And all credit to Casey, they played a very solid game from start to finish.
And just to fully acknowledge, Nadesy is a member of Lucky Seven's organization. A little biased on the cast, maybe, but that has never stopped us before. We will be going to map 2 of Icebox, which was Snake Eyes' pick here. So a map they're definitely hoping to take the win on, especially now that they've dropped Bind, which I'm sure they were confident about. There was a lot of confidence in this map selection. Icebox in particular, a really interesting pick that came through because Snake Eyes had the option of going for Ascent, which is a map that Decaf is 2 and 4 on, and a map they are 7 and 1 on. Elected for Icebox, which they are 6 and 1 on, and Decaf is 5 and 3 on. So both these teams kind of their home map here on Icebox, a map they played a ton during the regular season. Maps they both think they can have some success on, I'm sure.
Yeah, definitely a little bit interesting for Snake Eyes to pick into a map that both teams are incredibly familiar on and incredibly strong on. But I know being in their talks, they feel confident that no matter who's on the other side of the server, they can win this.
Confidence might be needed. One of the notable lacking things on the last map, I mean, was just any large fragging potential from any of their their star players. Specifically, Hakub wasn't really putting up ridiculous numbers as the 3rd highest rating in Contender, an MVP candidate, and just couldn't really get a whole lot done on that map. Wasn't able to explode on the Reyna, which he'll go to again. Crate the Great also a little quieter than usual. Silent not doing a ton. A lot of these players have really good ratings, really good KDs, and not a whole lot came through in that map for them in general. And meanwhile, on the side of Decaf, it was Aki and Sodawado popping off. AJ Thunderous is usually one of their strongest performer, even had a quieter map, but wasn't needed as the rest of the team were absolutely ready. And Decaf are having a bit of a huddle here as they get ready for their attack side. Well, brief word on the compositions is that they're really similar. The only difference is, I think, in duelist choice here. Yeah, it is in the duelist choice, so we're going to see pretty much mirror compositions here.
I believe it's Aki on Jet, and then it should be Hakub on Rain on the other side on Snake Eyes. A lot of early map control early on be given over to Snake Eyes here.
Yeah, we saw Hakub doing this a lot on Bind as well when they were on their defensive side, which is he was pushing aggressively, though. Gonna trip the trademark. Is gonna have to just back away. There are now 2 members in mid, but they know that Decaf are kind of cornered on A right now. Snake Eyes have the information. See if Decaf tries to play around that, tries to play into that. Snake Eyes might be getting a little too caught up, though, in watching mid. Does look like the sight hit's about to come through. That Cloudburst should be the push in. Aki going to be the first onto sight. She'll go down to Crate the Great. Found a lot of damage, but couldn't find the pick. It's going to be another 1-for-1. Crate the Great from the back of sight, trying to find second, but can't. Wall's going to go up. Spike is going to go down. It's going to be 4v3 on the retake. Hakub already on the flank. Make that 4v2. Make that 3v2. His timing from Hakub is everything. Will he find the pick? He doesn't. Starbuckles takes him down. It's all onto Hot Cocoa. Down to 26 HP. No heal available. Has to find Starbuckles to win out the round. She's already got one. Both players, I think, already have one. I'm going to drop tap the spike. It is not planted for Starbuckles. She's got to push forward. She's got to check this defuse. The swing out from Hot Cocoa. Starbuckles with the better aim will take his head off. It's the first round on the board for Decaf, and they take the first pistol. Their first pistol of the series as well. They lost both on the first map, and they'll take the lead on Icebox.
Yeah, really good early map control for Snake Eyes. I think it was probably 10-15 seconds in the round. They already deactivated the trip outside A, and they knew exactly what was coming, and they were still unable to stop it. Really nice round out of Decaf, even though it was just 1 life for the round win.
That crucial kill by Starbuckles onto Hakub on the flank was really what earned them the win in that round. Decaf going to take more of a default approach, it looks like here. A little concerned about that Hakub flank. Tube is being watched. I don't think he's bold enough to try it again. Something he's going to have to temper a little bit for at least the meantime. Silent, though, doesn't seem concerned at all. And as soon as he starts clearing into attacker spawn, where we should start to see Hakub, if he wants, also could walk up. Snake Eyes working with that same information they had last time. Still, though, weak weapons. Coming, flooding in. Crate gonna be on site. Throws out the snake bite. Only takes a little bit of damage for it as well. And now Hubby pushing into 3 is actually gonna go down. There's gonna be a trade though. 1 available. What is there? 2? Starbuckles, she's caught in the open and reloading. But AJ Thunderous making it work with the headhunter. Swings out though, runs out of shots. Hot Cocoa is still alive.
And if they slow this down, Hot Cocoa's got a chance at the heal and makes the run a little bit more doable.
To contend with both of these last two. Starbuckles catches the shoulder and catches body shot to take down the last. Not clean from Decaf, but around nonetheless. That'll push them into the bonus here. Again, Snake Eyes getting all that map control, all that flank control. You can get it a lot on Icebox if you look for it, and they've been finding it so far. Just hasn't quite panned out.
Yeah, early on, Snake Eyes really focusing on getting every little piece of map information they can, and so far it hasn't panned out. But now with the better weaponry, we'll see if they're able to take advantage of the round.
Decaf, just a couple of Spectres were saved over. Headhunter in the hands of AJ Thunderous, who looks to make an impact. Getting a little quieter on the first map, but generally one of their strongest, if not their strongest performer.
Flashback.
Flash out. Silent playing from his deadly position behind yellow, but actually goes down to Aki. And that's a rifle that she could pick up as well. Spike also might be able to go down here. Hakub is close, but the wall is up. Hakub, though, spams down Starbuckles, so that's at least 1 pick back in their favor. Aki, though, again, has the rifle. Spike is now in the ground. Edwada has to frantically back away with just 31 hit points. Starbuckle's down. There's no heal available, and Snake Eyes don't look like they want to take their time with this one. Thunder has just lost his headhunter. Has to swing into 3. It's all going to be onto Sodawada. Can't do anything. Heads will take the last. It ends up being 4 alive for the Snake Eyes as well, as they just thunder their way back into sight. They'll take their first, and no bonus conversion for Decaf available.
Yeah, really nice round for Snake Eyes there. Lost Stylet very early in the round, and you thought for a second maybe things would get out of hand, and the retake came in very quickly and very effortlessly as no further Snake Eyes fell. It was a big 3K coming out of Hakub there.
You're going to be talking about Hakub, who was quieter on the first map, close to about a 1 KD. Not up to his usual standard.
They are so dead.
He can have more impact here. Usually,
You want to play?
1.43 KD on this season is absurd. Somehow not even the best in Contender, if my memory serves. Some absolutely insane players. Yeah, there's 167 as Thunderous with the Tour de Force will find the first pick on a Silent. While I'm stats nerding. It's actually Thunderous has a 1.73 KD. What are these numbers? Crate the Great for the Snake Eyes, he's only played in 10 games, so not quite what we consider traditionally qualified, not quite half the season. Also has a 1.77. Those 2 full heavyweights against each other, and Thunderous will take down Crate the Great. Heads the last defender on site. Hubby gonna tank a bunch from that fragment. Will throw his own, but does manage to take this space. The spike has gone down, and will the Viper's pit. Hot Cocoa trying to push in while it's blooming, but can't really find anything. They try to drop into this little gap. Jumps on in. Sounds like it heard, and it was. So it's on to Heads. on to Hakub, who's on the flank.
Last
Where
player
else?
standing.
Thunderous will find his 3rd on the round. Aki gonna play safe. Hakub's location is generally known. Unlikely he can do much here with the Viper's Pit. All 5 members of Decaf are playing the other direction. He's just looking for a pick, and he's never gonna find one. You do need to get off site. A couple of them are gonna come his way, so maybe some duels to be found at the end here. Playing from Belt. Starbuckles, she does get caught running away. Hakub, though, will save the rifle at the very least. Decaf another round, and this attack side starting to look pretty solid from them. These executes onto A have been pretty impervious early on.
Yeah, Decaf got that nice pick on Silent underneath tube right off the rip, and it looked like Hot Coco was thinking about pulling the res off, leaving heads and Crate all alone on site. Crate getting caught out in the open, and then the round just kind of fell apart from there. No real resistance from Snake Eyes.
Does look like Snake Eyes want to force up into this round. They also want to get aggressive. Hakub walking up just around Nest. I think caught Aki's head in his crosshair, but couldn't find the shot. Still wanting to get aggressive, though. Pushed all the way up to jail, taking fights from that angle. Will finally wisely back away just before he could get pinched. Ed's trying to take fights as well, just going to take damage for it.
Poison's off.
Really aggression from the Snake Eyes not really working out. Is anyone watching the flank, though? Yes, they were, and Silent's shots are a little wide. He's going to go back for more. And it's just a peek, and the rendezvous out. Hakub, though, has found Hubby back on top of Belt. Thunderous pulls out the op in time as well. And with Silent pushing back up, re-aggressing, things could be interesting. He catches players with their knives out, which he does. Sodawada, though, just narrowly makes the corner. This round is all kinds of weird. Aki, they're going on an A split. Hot Coco's just found AJ Thunderous. The better sniper rifle is the Marshall. Hakub has found Aki as well.
30 seconds left.
Everything feels a little upside down in this round.
It looks like Snake Eyes are starting to figure things out. Cover a couple of rifles, and Hakub's going to get his 3rd on the round.
All on to Starbuckles, 1v4. We'll see what she can find. She's going to be slow. She has to find this first onto Hot Coco. She cannot. Snake Eyes will get their 2nd on the board that round again. All kinds of weird. There was a lot of players in relatively close proximity at the attacker side of mid there. Works out for the Snake Eyes. You find all the picks. Yeah, if you drop this round, they do drop 2 and 3. Snake Eyes, maybe something to build off of, get themselves into the map, get themselves back into the series a little bit.
Yeah, things are looking good. That was a thrifty, or relatively thrifty round from them. Able to keep 4 alive. Bank should be pretty solid for them, and ults too, a big part of it. They got 3 going on right now, just 1 for Decaf.
That's a good spot.
Both resurrections are online. Standard Viper coming into mid. Create the Great on a really aggressive angle, pretty wide angle as well. We'll narrow it out a little bit, play a little safer. Does just get about around yellow. Passive from both teams. Real, I guess Snake Eyes getting some aggressive peeks from Hakub here. Otherwise, pretty passive. Create the Great just holding a jiggle angle. Actually, still further out off that off the piece of cover. Couple shots exchanged. We'll see if Snake Eyes are baited into rotating off of just seeing 1 on long, and they are. That's 2 players. Just 1 player pulled. But AJ Thunderous has so much space. Silent's gonna run as well. This is just sight for free now. They could find even more. Surely they heard Toxic Screen going up. Thunder is going to get into a lurk angle while the spike goes down for more than free.
Spike planted.
You guys don't even have that flank they've had so many times to work with. Oh, Thunderous takes off Hot Coco's head before the retake can even start. Aggressive, does get timing, was able to snap back around but couldn't find the head of Hakub. So into the 4v4 we go. Silent trying to find anyone to shoot, just get shot in the toes himself. Aki playing around the Toxic screen extremely well will find a pick. She's gonna fall back a little bit as well. Silent! How did that shot miss? I thought that looked on to me. So far, though, still 2 alive for the defense. Make that 2 for 2, actually.
One enemy remaining.
Kubo gonna tick out. Aki
That was their best.
will find the diffuser as well.
Last player standing.
Consolation is that Sodawada goes down, but it's 4 on the board. Decaf. Again, when they can get onto the A site, it's looked really, really good.
Yeah, again, Snake Eyes fallen into that lack of being able to build momentum as the second round. They have kept 4 alive and then lose immediately after, and you're just kind of wondering if they're able to get some momentum soon here before this half slips too far away.
Get out of my way!
They're suppressed.
Spike down. Attacker spawn.
Spike retrieved.
Coop got aggressive again, finds the first pick. There's actually a resurrection available if Starbucks wanted to go for it. They're abandoning the body. Snake Eye is not hesitating to take that space. Unfortunately, if nobody comes back this direction, it's going to be space wasted for now. The flank will be quick.
Powerless.
Silent
Push
stuff
is
here
coming now. Yeah, Aki going to be the first contact. She'll take his head off with the Blade Storm heads. Catches one in his crosshair for a brief second, but doesn't pull the trigger in time, so the spike's going to get planted by Hubby. There's 2 immediately on the flank that need to be dealt with. Hot Coco trying to be the first point of contact. He's running forward. Hubby getting some shots. Just has the Guardian to work with. Does Hot Coco, and Hubby finds both, actually. Crate the Great. Just 2 up for Snake Eyes to try to go for the retake. Heads, though, does find the first, actually. Takes the head off of Starbuckles. But actually Scale hoping to get onto this Vandal. A lot of players to find. Great Swings finds 1. Shots can't find Thunderace's head. He'll clean up the last 2. Decaf up 5-2 now. This series, this map starting, I mean, this attack site at least, this map starting to look a little convincing.
Yeah, it's looking very convincing. They need 2 little hiccups, but they've been looking rock solid so far. Nice 5-2 lead early, and no signs of slowing down so far.
Uh-oh.
Tighten our defenses.
Hello? Okay, that was an observer bug, maybe. I'm not sure.
One advantage for Snake Eyes, they got 4 ults online, and the early advantage taking out Aki, but that res is still online for KC, so we'll see if they decide to bring it into play early on.
It does feel like they're being a little overly cautious. Starbuckles is starting to go back that direction, but she's clearing the space on her own. Snake Eyes, thankfully for her, not there to punish it, but does invest the barrier orb to get Aki back on her feet. The way she played in the first map, the way she's been playing in this map, probably worth it. Snake Eyes got 3 pushed up down mid. They've got nobody really on site here to receive this hit. Crate the Great playing offsite, gonna throw in some snake bites to try to slow the push down. Oh, and that actually could be huge. The head of Sodawada is gonna be revealed by the null command of heads. Does, though, go down, as does Crate. It's a momentary advantage for the Snake Eyes. They are starting to turn it back. Again, Hakuba's found 1. Hakuba's found 2. The Fortnite Res also going to come online. Hubby has to defend. Aki has his back. Takes off Hakuba's head. And Silent's going to get full flashed. Oh, but I think Hubby flashed himself as well. Trying to peek up around the top of the nest. Now it's to drop down. Drop shot Silent. How has this been pulled back to a 2v2? Aki and Hubby here to defend against the retakers. Coco and Heads, and the resurrection for Crate the Great as well. Aki's gonna go down to Heads. It's all on to Hubby. Takes 1 down, but Hot Coco follows up. Flurry of exchanges. Eventually, it'll settle in the favor of Snake Eyes. Whole lot of everything used by everybody, but a team ace for the Snake Eyes. Okay, how does that work with the res? I don't want to know. Anyway, they do manage to pull the round out and keeping things close.
Yeah, definitely trying their best to keep the momentum from falling too far away. That was just the world's longest retake, and there was nonstop action the entire step of the way. I don't know how they kept doing it, but that was definitely one of the most exciting rounds I've seen from both these teams.
Despite the round win, though, it did look like Snake Eyes'
You want
economy
to
was
play?
rough.
Let's play.
I saw some light armor being brought in. Decaf still on enough money for this round. Hakoop wants to get aggressive. Actually, they do find the first. Starbuckles will trade, and I think Hakoop is literally running on basically, 3 HP. They get away with a 1-for-1, but if Hakoop doesn't find a pick, no heal available, he's going to be left on critical HP. Any bullet to the foot will take him down.
Yeah, an early trade that Casey is definitely going to love for this round. Having that null command would have been nice, but having Hakoop on 3 is better.
Oh, actually did find the dink onto Aki, but it's not enough damage. Silent's actually fast tracking. I think Starbuckles is just hurt him. This is such a timing. Such a timing, but the shots are bad. Just good enough, though. No heal now available for Aki, who's very low health. Snake Eyes have full control of attacker spawn, but Heads is about to be surrounded. Doesn't know where to look. You can hear 2 above him. Do they drop on either side? Where are they going to come from? This is the most stressful position in the game. Instead, they both just walk away. Aki going to plant. Heads, though, catches the timing, finds Sodawada. Is he going to get timing himself? Should have seen Aki there. Somehow they passed each other, but it doesn't matter. Crate the Great found her, and Heads will find AJ Thunderous staring down long. Close angles. The Snake Eyes are going to get their 4th.
Yeah, I'm not sure how Head slipped his head back behind yellow there. Aki surely should have had the trade off the kill, but poor miscommunications, and Thunderous didn't think to look to his left, and fortunately paid for it with his life.
Apologies if you guys are seeing the graying out that we're seeing. Hopefully, yeah, should be good. Oh, maybe not. Uh-oh. But crucially for the Snake Eyes, as long okay, yeah, things look to be stabilizing. Their economy is pretty stable now. They've got a full buy. They've got plenty of money behind it. Decaf are actually contemplating a little bit. Thunderous has a ton of money, but hasn't bought anything. Oh no, please, please, please don't freeze. Okay. Not sure what's going on. Hakoop and Hot Cocoa, though, want to walk down mid again. Want to walk down tube. Hakoop swings out. Will find the first. Can't dismiss away, but there's no trade. On the side of Decaf.
And that's the tour de force offline if they did elect to bring it into the round later on.
I hope you guys aren't seeing these absolutely blurred out transitions we're getting every time we switch a couple of times, but so far, Decaf's just kind of pinned into their spawn. They do have the Blade Storm available, which Aki has popped, and she, again, in the past 2 maps, has been very dangerous. What's happening on site. Hubby will go down. Aki, though, has found a flanker in Silent, and now this the Decaf just want to run towards the A site.
Yeah, it's completely
It does look like you guys are getting this lag on stream.
30 seconds left.
Unfortunately, hopefully it calms itself down. But the hit now here, Aki, they don't see the player in Nest, and we don't see anything happening. Hot Cocoa, though, just has to drop out. Doesn't actually find anything, and will lose his head to Aki. Spike gets planted. Heads is very low. My screen keeps freezing. Somebody just died. A Viper killed somebody. Yeah, Crate will find Starbuckles. So numbers advantage now for Snake Eyes, but with Heads on such low HP, it's still nervous. Ooh, might catch a timing. Again, we don't see anything right now.
Enemy remaining.
And Hakoop will find one. Crate the Great will find the other. I'm gonna make sure our production team is aware of the situation. Okay. Our observer's having some internet issues. We're hoping those resolve then.
Try again.
We will continue going, though, as Snake Eyes tie things up. Really definitely keeping it competitive. I mean, more than competitive so far on Icebox right now. Decaf actually going to push their timeout through.
Yeah, probably a great time for them to bring it out. They've lost now 3 in a row, and this game that was looking like Decaf all the way early on is now into a tie game, and it's really anyone's game at this point.
Yeah, it's very close. I don't know why we briefly threw to the other screen, but we are still in the game for now. It does look like things are smoothing out right now in the timeout, so hopefully they'll stay that way. Apologies for all of the stutters we had. Hopefully things are clearing up. Decaf have really not struggled to get the spike down. I think if we next time we bring up the scoreboard, it's something like 4 of the 5 rounds they've lost were diffuses, if not all 5. They've basically gotten the spike down in every round. Yeah, they've gotten the spike down in every round except I think maybe like 1 elimination win. They are absolutely doing enough to get into retakes, and most of them have been pretty close. They've just lost a couple recently that were ones they had a chance in, including that last round.
Looks like they're gamble stacking B mid. I mean, A completely vacant, and that looks like what Casey wants to hit early on in the round. Looks like a little bit of a miss smoke by Starbuckles, I believe, is on. I'm forgetting who's on that.
Hakoop will take down Hubby. Thunderous, though, with the trade. That's big. Hakoop's been getting free picks in mid, and this time gets punished for it. And actually, the A site's completely open. Snake Eyes are catching on, and they're starting to sprint back that direction. But it's all of them, and Decaf are just slowly pulling back out. Might sprint back to the B site. Or not. We might just have a 4v4 on site. Also, the stream issues have cleared up. Our production team reset the stream. It does look a lot better. That's why we briefly cut to the other screen. For myself and anyone wondering.
Enemy suppressed.
That notes 3 players. So now the Snake Eyes are, oh yeah, okay, the hit's here. Yeah. Now they hear a thunder of footsteps. They have to pull away. Seesaw rocks.
And they baited the fake again.
30
Casey
seconds left.
still want A, and they're going to get it.
This crate can really do something incredible here. Does have the Viper's Pit. We're going to have a bit of a Venn diagram of Viper's Pits here as well. Sodawada planting inside of his own. They overlap a little bit there, as you can see on the mini-map. Snake Eyes didn't roam too far, so they are quickly ready for this retake. Walled off, though. 3 players playing in the pit. AJ Thunderous will be up on high with the operator. Not be able to provide much. So this first kill is crucial. Takes down 1, takes down 2. Nice headshot on his Silent this round. Now very difficult for the Snake Eyes. The Viper is very much alive, very much
Last player standing.
hit. Starbuckles takes down Crate as well. Sodawada, he'll clean up a 3rd. Decaf, after a
Last
series of
round before
fakes
the
from
switch.
both sides, they do get the spike down, and they do take the round. And look at that scoreboard. There has been a resurgence from Hakoop.
Hakoop's definitely gotten himself activated. On the other hand, Silent needs to get going if L7 want to win. He's the 8th highest rated player following up with Hakoop, and they've been a dynamic duo from start to finish.
But Hakoop's impact has not quite been enough. We're still down here. Once again, just getting super aggressive. Sodawada seems to be conscious of it. Does he expect Hakoop this close? Doesn't. That was very strange at the timing we switched perspective. I was so confused. I was like, Hakoop's head got taken off. Wait, no. But yeah, Hakoop does find the pick. Starbuckle still has a resurrection available, but they don't seem to want to force the issue. Been a little safe with it, and they might actually get rewarded for it. Silent's the only player towards the B side. Thunderous actually punishes Coco for pushing forward. Silent, though, on the timing, takes down Starbuckle. There goes the resurrection. He's going to swing out just as Hubby was popping the null command. The timing is so unfortunate, but with the control from AJ Thunderous, Aki thinks she can run back, and it does look like they're going to be able to get back towards the other site, towards A.
Yeah,
Beyond Crate the Great to shut
30
this
seconds left.
push down. At least stall it out. Finding just one would be huge here. Stalled them both. Now all 3 players are here for the defense. Things are really difficult to get onto this site.
time's running low. They got 15
Thunderous
seconds.
on the off. Yeah, Aki's just got to charge forward. She loses her head.
Down A.
Thunderous can't find the shot. Create the Great will spray him down as well. It's going to end up being a 6-6 half, and Snake Eyes doing a lot more this time around.
Yeah,
We'll switch to their attack half.
with the way that first half went, Snake Eyes are definitely going to be very happy with the 6-6 half. Silent, very quiet first half. Those 2 key kills on the final round, taking down the Null Command and the Res, both the big impact ults that Decaf will bring it in.
Paid off for them there. Snake Eyes pull out a 6-6 half, a lot better than the 9-3 they saw on Bind. It was their attack side on Bind that struggled. Icebox, a very different map. We'll see if they fall subject to the same things. We'll see if Decaf is more aggressive on their defense on this map. They were extremely passive on Bind, and it worked well for them. Icebox, a map where you get given a lot of space on defense. First shot goes wide. Second shot, though, is good, and the third is even better. Thunderous finds the first pick, almost finds Head's head. That's awful to say. But will not. Instead, we'll just rendezvous away. Decaf, or Snake Eyes could still force up a plant here, but Thunderous, look at this angle! They'll take one, but 2 trades go the way of Snake Eyes. They can sail onto the site. They still have the wall. They still have the Viper. Spike will go down.
Planted.
Did not look like Create the Great has any snake bites, so that's not something that they're going to be able to fall back on for this pistol. Wall's going to stall a lot of time. They're in a pretty good spot here.
But it is the danger players for Decaf alive. Aki and Sodawada both had huge first halves. Aki clearing everything. Will he, or she, expect the angle? She does. She takes down one. The wall also has gone up. Sodawada's just sticking the res. Aki playing close. Shots on the Hot Cocoa. The defuse almost got through. Hot Cocoa the last alive, though. Aki will just charge him down. Starbuckles will take the defuse. Got a little worrying when Soda went down, but Starbuckles was cleaning one up on the other side of yellow. So it worked in their favor. Decaf get their second pistol of the map and looking to start to build a lead here in the second half.
Yeah, Starbuckle still having that barrier orb was the nail in Snake Eyes' coffins there on the pistol round. It takes forever to break that thing down, and able to get enough of the defuse and buy enough time to win it.
Yeah, Hot Cocoa basically taken out of the round, just trying to knife out the wall. Actually did have enough time. Thunderous had a better shot onto Silent, who didn't have armor, of course. And that's one of the bigger threats. Starbuckles, her spidey senses might have been tingling, just threw up the wall before Coop saw her head. Coop very much embracing the lurk on the Reyna here. Had some good impact, a lot of early picks in the first half. We'll see what kind of impact he can have here. Actually just finds Aki. Straight up dual won it with the worst weapon. Actually claim the Spectre as well. I think Starbuckles might have heard that cross. Sodawada's gonna be able to take one down. Hubby actually going down. Starbuckles will trade out though. A dink onto heads. What is this angle from Coco? Sodawada gets rescued by the Marshal of AJ Thunderous, and the defuse should come through. They're going to give it over to the Chamber, who's going to be one off of the Tour de Force early on in this half.
Yeah, Coop doing a lot of damage to mid, but unfortunately all the action being on A site, not having enough real impact to help the team win the round, as it was just pistols on site defending the post plant, and that didn't go so well.
The Lurking Reyna definitely has some value on this map compared to some others, because this is one of the few maps where you can get on site without really needing entry frags too much. Just the nature of the way A and B site are constructed, you don't... Sometimes you just get spiked down with nobody dying. Fairly often on Icebox compared to other maps, and I think we have a technical pause coming through. I'm going to check what's going on here. We do have a technical pause coming through, so we're going to take that.
Here.
Not sure exactly what for, but while in this pause, again, just get a lot of value out of the Reyna Lurk. It can find rotators really easily. It can, you know, late peek some angles more than you would on other maps where you really need that entry frag, and we don't know why there's a technical pause.
Here.
Chiron is still a little low. We got to figure out why those are. Yep, there we go. Yeah, tech pause. We're not quite sure why, but probably someone disconnecting or just desperately needing a bathroom break.
Yeah, this is going to be the first rifle round for Snake Eyes on the half. This will be in the third round. And they desperately need this round win here. If they drop it, it could be the end of days for Snake Eyes here.
Yeah, and they were so dominant during the regular season, 23-5. They had a 17 map win streak at some point. Towards almost all the way through the end of the season, I think they dropped the very last map or the second to last map of the season that disrupted that, and that was 2 Decaf. But otherwise, just an absolute run from them. 17 in a row. They looked untouchable. Now here they are, already down 1-0.
Need backup.
And down 8-6 on map 2. And again, they could have gone to Ascent, went to Icebox instead, so they've got to win this map. And a little jiggle peek, I think did see Thunderous's position. Meanwhile, the rest of Decaf just spilling under. There's a Bucky here waiting. This was red. Hubby actually went to pull out the 0 point. But did end up finding the kill. I think for the damage. Now things are really difficult for Snake Eyes. They are stuck. The Spike is stuck as well. If they find Hot Cocoa, things are going to get dangerous. Starbuckles does find him. Now Snake Eyes have to fully retake. Silent trying to get through mid is going to get timinged probably. Yeah, not looking. Takes the dink, but lives. Heads meanwhile finds Thunderous. Things maybe getting pulled back here as Hakubo finds Starbuckles. Spike was isolated, but Hubby getting one. Silent on low health. How is Hubby not looking? The Spike is picked up. Will it get down into the ground? Still low health on both Snake Eyes players. Some guns to be picked up for Sodawada and Aki. This duel is so huge, neither player goes down. Heads will get away. Both players now playing towards yellow. Spike is planted for them. This is a chaotic round, but it's being wrestled back by the Snake Eyes. Still, though, work to be done. These Decaf players could do something about it.
Poison orb emitting.
Both, I think, have picked up Vandals. Gonna smoke up. Bunch of angles appear. They don't know that both these players are yellow. The first will go down. The second face will go down. Sodawada and Aki, they were huge on the first map. They go huge in the 2v2. It is that bonus round for Decaf. Like you were saying, the alarms have to be going off for Snake Eyes now.
Yeah, especially on a map they were so dominant on during the regular season. 6-1 with an absurd 65% round win rate, and just very lax on their site take, not clearing any ratty spots that players were hiding in. They paid for it dearly with the Bucky on.
Also, a bit of a dangerous strat to try to go underneath tube. It is so deadly, especially if you get bottled up like they did. So many things that can go wrong. Not something I would recommend going for when you're on an anti-eco. Fortunately for Snake Eyes, it was their choice. They ended up paying for it. They did wrestle it back a little bit, as we said, but not good enough in the 2v2. Early fights going on A. Thunderous has the Tour de Force online. We mentioned how that was going to be up quickly, and it did come up. Snake Eyes taking a lot of space. Akub lurking mid as usual. But it is just Sheriffs and Pistols online. Akub going to be fighting. Aki actually wins the duel. Just dismisses in time not to go down to Starbuckles. Wanting to grab the gun. Swings into 2 though. Goes down. Some impact, but maybe not enough. Snake Eyes double, triple thinking themselves. Gonna go back to A.
Toxin screen down.
I've baited Decaf a little bit. I've baited Decaf a lot of bit. Oh, Sodawada. Oh, the timing is so poor. Does, though, swing back around and find Silent. Has to be able to find more here, but it just can't figure out which direction of 410 to clear. So it's going to be the 3v3. No resurrection available for the attack yet, so they can't put the numbers in their favor. I think they might have been able to grab a Vandal. Spectre in hand as well. Lineups in hand, as you can already see. Crate the Great running backwards.
Yeah, had this Viper's Pit too, and elected not to bring that into the round. I think that might have been a little bit more useful. See what they're able to do.
A bit greedy. Here comes the retake, though. They're gonna wall up. That wall's a little low, but they do have to. And they have to hold upper. They're gonna find the first. They're gonna find the second. It's all onto these lineups if they exist. It does look like this might not. Is this in play? That lined up. Is it with enough time? It is not. Crate the Great. I don't think there was actually a poison orb on the spike.
First did not land. The second did, but it was way too late. The bomb had been defused by almost a year at that point.
Good effort, all things considered, for the Snake Eyes with the lighter buy, but you're down. You know, your opponent's 3 rounds from knocking you out of the season and punching their own tickets to the tournament or to the championships finals. Is that enough? Our moral victory is enough. They need to win this round, you'd figure.
Let's play.
With the tour de force, with the rifles online, they're gonna go for some mid presence. But they're poking around all angles of the map right now, but the main thrust is in mid right now.
Yeah, Tube's going to be walled off, and they're going to look like they're going to swing right into Hubby, and we'll see if he's ready for it.
We've got so many angles to watch. That's why you don't go mid on Icebox. He's going to lose his head. Now there's 2 more players stuck up here. So difficult to fight your way out of. See if they face. There's 2 players to defend it. Shots are just being missed. A lot of damage was done to Hubby, who's going to pop the null command. Meanwhile, Stylet trying to knife break the wall. Case Decaf continuing to bend backwards a little bit. Thunderous will be forced off this angle. The null command of the attack side now comes through. They are actually managing to get onto site, but Starbuckles finds Stylet. Thunderous will find one as well. Coco, yeah, for the trade, but actually takes Hubby as well. Resurrection was available, but goes down to Sodawada. Heads takes one off. It has to be good enough in this 1v2. This is a needed round. This is a needed round, but Aki had the swing, had the shots. It's starting to look like it might be another 13-6, and this might be Snake Eyes out.
Yeah, Snake Eyes have got to roll the dice in these last few rounds here and try and recover the game before it's too late. It might already be 5 in a row for Decaf. Their defense is looking rock solid.
It was really like this on Bind as well. Decaf's defense not won 9 rounds there. Don't even need nearly that many here, and they don't need nearly that many more. Snake Eyes once again will force up. Facing 12, they don't want to give up match point.
If they're able to get,
that means
if they're able to get the point, they got the Viper's Pit. They could finally bring online, and that could be the saving grace for them this round.
Feels like it needs to be. Feels like something needs to be. Maybe it's Hakub who's regrouped with the team for once this half. Looks like they want the impact from the Viper close. Aki just trading shots. The Viper's Pit has bloomed. Both Viper's Pits have bloomed. Hot Coco taking a bunch of damage. Is going to live, though. Spike is down. Sodawada, though, that might have just been pure spam. Found Stylet. And we have already here. Snake Eyes need to win this round. They have only 3 alive. They came through. Stylet being rezzed up. They're going to see if the defense can push up and find it. They can't. Playing close. No taps on the spike yet. Heads playing extremely close. Tries to get Aki, goes down. Sodawada as well takes off Stylet's head. It's all on to the last 2, and they're playing so deep. They're pinned so deep. Great with the lineups, but are they going to do enough damage? The Viper's Pit is dropped. It's just barely enough. Second one comes through. Hakoko finds one. Is it enough? Hubby, the last defender in front. Crate finds both? What? And the clutch?
What was that? And they just lined up for him, and...
Well, the diffuser was vulnerable, I guess, from the snake bites. By the skin of their teeth, they win that round. Snake Eyes, that might just be what they needed to have some life left on Icebox. That was insane. What just happened?
At a loss for words what happened there. If I was thinking, I would have checked the time left to see how close the defuse was, but my jaw was on the floor. I was trying to pick that back up first.
Right, Thunderous, first peek, he will have to teleport away. Rendezvous out. That slow from the trademark, though, will buy a lot of time. It can be an important slow, as some members of Decaf going to rotate back towards... Actually, AJ Thunder is on Hot Cocoa. I don't know from what angle. Oh, Deep in Spawn finds a second, does get traded. No resurrection available, though, for the defense. There is one. Aki, meanwhile, has found the lurking Hakub. Hubby will go down. Starbuckles could just pick him right back up if she wanted to.
No charges left.
Might also choose to go for AJ Thunderous. Both reses available. They might try not to use them. Could be a bit greedy for them. These guys need this round. Silent close. Can't find the pick on the Starbuckles. It's all on to heads. 1v3, taking some damage, has to flash out, should be able to find one, but doesn't take the swing onto Sodawada, finally chooses to go out late. Can't find it. It is 12 now for Decaf. Things are looking dire. Dire for Snake Eyes.
Yeah, Silas getting
Match
way
point.
too aggressive for his skis. Solo pushing 3. It's taken down very easily. And Heads with 8 shots left in the Vandal, trying to do what he can, but they were going to punish the reload. It was a very, very tough ask to win that 1v3.
And the only solace for the Snake Eyes is they still had money to get a decent buy-in here. It's 5 in a row now. It has to be.
Here.
Or this is Decaf going through to the finals. Winner of this does play the Flawless Falafels for the championship of Contender. Decaf looks so ready to punch that ticket.
It's just looking like it's going to be AJ Thunder's push with quick rotates coming in.
He's on the lighter weapon, just the Guardian. Swings out, can't find any shots through. The smoke will go down to Silent. That's a good first pick for the Snake Eyes.
And it's a huge name to get on the floor early. It's still available. And now it's not.
Will be a 1-for-1, but probably worth that. Again, a decent, but not a full buy in Sodawada's flank.
And no one's watching.
Is it accounted for? Just in time, Hakub turns. Lurk sense is tingling. A Lurker knows one of his own, but Hot Cocoa does go down. Still winnable for Decaf. They can't. Hubby finds the head of heads. Hakub peeking out, just barely not going down there, it looked like. Hubby will go down. Hakub through the smoke. I think was on the snake bite was Aki as well. The lineups, good enough.
Yeah, Hakub's saving the round there with the kill on Sodawada on the flank. And getting that first of 5, they need 4 more. And looking like an eco round coming out of Decaf, so another
But
easy
there
stepping
is a
stone.
Tour de Force, there is a Blade Storm, and there are Spectres in the hands of the rest of the players. So nothing given freely here
Yeah, it'll still be an
by
absolute
Decaf.
battle.
You want to play?
Yeah.
Let's play.
Absolutely plenty of threats. There is a KO.
Toxins
No
going
null
up.
command, though, so they can't force these things offline. They have to find the jet. They have to find the chamber with the 0 point.
Chamber hasn't quite popped, or AJ Thunders hasn't quite popped the Tour de Force on B. I think just waiting for some contact to bring it into play here. Not a terrible
A little
decision.
conservative, but maybe smart. So far, Snake Eyes have taken their side of A main, but not pushed any further. Koob just holding for a push. Look at that little angle. If he hit that headshot, I'd be mad impressed. But this will be the push in. Sodawada here to receive, has to receive. Can he spot the head of Hakub? Because Hakub has spotted his. Yes, he can.
Toxin screen down.
First pick going the favor of
Spike
Decaf.
planted.
No command even popped by them. Heal available. Silent now the Lurker, but has no gun to speak of right now. Has to wait out this null command, and this might just waste too much time. The hit, or the retake coming back in. Silent still on that flank, still trying to catch that timing. Heads will actually kill Sodawada, who I don't think ever got healed. Oh, the shot is missed by Silent. Do they know he's behind, though? I don't think they've heard it.
Last player
Up for the
standing.
defense. Make that just one. All onto AJ Thunderous. Has the Headhunter and nothing else. Can't see to the right. Hot Cocoa will get the pick. That lurk looked iffy, but it was enough from the side, enough from the just main bulk of the team of Snake Eyes. They're up to 9.
Silent missing that shot. Not quite sure where it went, but able to recover and teamed up with Hot Cocoa for, I believe, the final 3 kills in the round. And yeah, getting that 9th, getting close. It's not over yet.
That tour de force will come through now for Decaf, but for Snake Eyes, now that null command is online, surefire way to make AJ Thunderous basically useless. But oh, that was funny. They ran out and then rendezvoused away. So now they know where the tour de force is. I think he caught sight. He peeked. Starbuckles again. He sends Tingle in time. She does get the wall up, but it's after her own head is taken off.
Yeah, and that's going to force some cover coming in from Thunderous. Now he's going to have to turn his attention towards mid.
This is important. Hubby just barely winning out the duel. Evens the numbers back up. Going to be able to retreat, keep his life. Snake Eyes want to crunch onto A, or not even crunch, just take on A. Never mind. They're going to back away. Thunderous is taking a fast rotation, though. He would be the lone defender on the B site, is electing to go back as the hit hasn't come in. Silent has gotten into a very lurky position.
And is now noted by the 0 point.
Yeah, but is his position fully expected? It does look like Hubby is aware that someone's close. He's going to peek back into it, though. Aki also slowly clearing out mid.
The Viper will not going to be able to be used on B site, and that's where the hit's coming in. So Thunderous is going to have himself a shooting gallery if he decides to swing it.
He is, though, holding the mid angle, so does finally swing out, but going to get Vipers pitted off. Also going to get walled off. Does find heads, though. That null command never came out. Scales forwards. The Viper's pit is up. The resurrection is available. Does look like Hot Cocoa wants to go for it. Baiting the angle. Swings out just wide and goes down. Silent, though, the lurk is paying off. Finds Aki. I don't know if they're turning in time for this. They're not looking the right direction. He's going to find one. Sodawada needs to find him, but he just lurks away into the smoke. Swings outside. Oh, Sodawada's reloading. It's all on to Thunderous. Swings out finds the Viper. He just has to find one more. This could be the last. Thunderous, AJ Thunderous, all down to him. Him versus Silent. He taps. Here's the swing, the shot. It is going to come through. AJ Thunderous with the 4K, the Tour de Force, and the Vandal enough. That diffuse will come through. And Decaf, 13-9, take Icebox. They take the series 2-0, and Snake Eyes, they're out.
Yeah, it seems to be the curse of the 1 seeds. The only 1 seed being able to win the title being Flames, and not going to be able to break that curse so far. A little bit of interesting post-plant decisions, very undisciplined, and they got punished for it. Very, very solid retake by the defenders to get that 13-9 win.
And just a nuts play out of AJ Thunderous in the 1v2, what it ultimately ended up as, just absolutely taking the head off of Crate the Great. And of course, enough to spray down the last. So congratulations to Decaf. They will be punching their tickets to the finals, where the Flawless Falafels await them in a best of 5 to crown our contender champion here. What a series. What a quick series in some ways, unexpectedly so. Snake Eyes were so good on both of the maps they played here. I think they had 2 total losses on both of them in like over 13 games played in the regular season. And they just get dismantled by Decaf, especially on Bind, but also on Icebox. Decaf were very ready for this.
Yeah, fortunate end of the season for the number 1 seed, and a team that just steamrolled through the regular season, coming up short in the semifinals. I think getting a chance to play for that championship.
Fantastic series, lovely to watch. Again, congratulations to Decaf for taking that one 2-0. They looked very prepared, and whatever preparations they'd done paid off. I mean, prepared enough that they were ready for map 3 to be Haven, which is a map they haven't played at all. So they were ready for this series. They had a lot of game plans coming in, and they all panned out. They all paid off. Huge performance on Bind. Managed to prevent the comeback on Icebox, closed things out with the AJ Thunderous 4K, and they will be moving on to the Contender Finals to fight for the championship. that all being said, that'll do it for us tonight. We got no more games to show you tonight. We will be back when we bring you the first of the grand finals between Premier or Contender. We're not sure which. Those have to be scheduled, which we will get to shortly. I will be doing that as soon as we log out the stream. But thank you for joining us tonight. I've been Childerose. Nadesy was observing Game 1, joined me on the cast Game 2. Mechatronic's been on production, and Tresente was here to observe for Game 2 for us. Thank you all so much for joining us. Have a great night.